Greetings, Wargamers! Levels here, and Infinity in 2020 and Infinity today are two different games. Like 9 Day, Nomads and Aleph, Japan and Eugene. Oh wait, forget the last one. Over these 5 years, we have experienced so much, it's enough to fill an 8-minute video of mine. For context, unlike veteran players, N4 is special to me because it's where I started playing and learning my first war game. It's tied to warm memories of buying my first starter box, painting models with trembling hands, and trying to understand why using a combi rifle on a raw is not very competitive. It was a time of discoveries, mistakes, YouTube tutorials, my first victories, and I will always fondly remember the journey I took with N4, shoulder to shoulder with all of you. Through Infinity, I have had the chance to play with people from different countries, both online and in person. Now it's time to pay tribute to the edition, which gave us years of dice rolls, newborns who beat me at the tournament, and the era of 2-bear meta dominance. Before we say farewell to N4 forever, let's talk about its key moments, my experience, and what lies ahead. Let's start with what the 4th edition brought to the table. The main change? Simplified rules, which helped me and other wargaming newbies quickly get into the game. It became, well, slightly less complex. At least in theory. For example, rules were no longer nested like Matryoshka dolls, but split into separate components. This made things easier to grasp, and you didn't need to know that ODD camouflage was mimetism -6 and hidden deployment, vulnerable to flamethrowers. For beginners, there was even a tutorial called Code 1, which no one actually played. Or take how Corvus Belli changed critical hits. In N3, they dealt automatic wounds. Now they just forced an extra save. Sure, some strategies revolved around crit mechanics or total reaction bots, but this change made the game a dead failure, if concept of fairness can be applied for the Infinity, of course. One change I appreciated was the 15 model roster limit. Some armies immediately lost their usual playstyle of flooding the table with cheap units in 4 combat groups. But now, players invest more points into stronger models, maintaining equal order counts. Ironically, I played the only army that could effectively run 20 orders despite the format restriction. Lastly, nearly every unit in the game was reworked. They got new profiles, adjusted cost, and refreshed battlefield roles, which diversified tactics and strategies. In short, N4 brought us small but impactful changes that collectively made the game more approachable. Let's talk about what defined this edition for the community. First, we saw the release of several new armies: Cosmoflot, Starmada, White Company, and Torchlight Brigade. Each brought its own vibe, even if that new felt like variation of the old. Right after the edition launched, COVID hit. This was a turning point for the entire community. With in-person games off the table, many turned to Tabletop Simulator. The digital tool not only kept the game alive, but also expanded social circles. Thanks to Tabletop Simulator, I played my first international matches, joined online leagues, and even participated in the first Food Online satellite tournament. No travel required, just one game per week from home. The first major rules update came in 2022, with the Fireteam reworked, shaking up playstyles across the board. The old format of the cheap line trooper and 4 wildcards was gone, replaced by strict link purity rules and reward bonuses, forcing armies to reinvent themselves. Older armies like Military Orders, Bakunin, Morats, Steel Phalanx, and Assassins also received significant updates. It was great to see them stay balanced while becoming more engaging and cohesive within their factions. Plus, updated scopes always make players happy. Among N4 new feature, the reinforcements stood out. Introduced last year, they sparked heated discussions in the community. While the concept of the new game mode with unique units was promising, its execution left much to be desired. The rules were convoluted, and the balance was so off that in some missions the second player victory was already predefined. Thankfully, after half a year, Corvus Belli released recommended missions and moved some units to specific sectorials, making the mode more playable. For me, N4 was a period of growth. I could talk about trying different armies, improving my skills, and making the top 10 at 2 satellites thanks to diverse experience and veteran level understanding of the game. But here's the truth. I spent 4 years playing one army, perfecting the 20 order rush strategy. 5 beefy Zuyongs with HMG covered for my mistakes, and I'm convinced I did it right because most importantly, I had fun. I didn't win a single tournament, I didn't paint a tenth of my collection, bought every limited edition model, sometimes skipping meals, and started this YouTube channel you are watching. The magic of the game. What stuck with me most, Corvus Belli promised unique rules for every pure fire team, and we, as a community, pretended they never said this. And it was bittersweet seeing Volsiki leave the human sphere to dedicate himself to the world of conquest. In the end, N4 wasn't just about the game, it was about the people I met. The community became a second home, and for that, I want to thank all of you, except the Infinity community on 4chan. Those folks don't even deserve pity. Finally, let's talk about what's ahead in the 5th edition. Corvus Belli has already shown us the spoilers. BS Attack -3 is the new mimetism and MSV1. All models got discounts, tag mechanics was reworked, Achilles is a villain now, and some dead on the forums is mad that his son's army got cut. Oh, and just today I found out that Corvus Belli removed 2 of my limited edition models from the game. Thank you. In N5, I will prove that Robert Shepard wrong and show that Invincible Army is the best faction in the game by winning Interplanetario. I have to win at least one upcoming satellite and grow this channel further. And what do you want to see in N5? Deleting Toha? A conquest crossover? Drop your thoughts in the comments, I read and respond to all of them. And push a like button and subscribe please, it really cheers me up as a creator. That's what N4 was, intriguing, complex, sometimes controversial, but always engaging. Because what's more fun than 2 total immunity bears tearing your army apart? Thank you for experiencing this edition with me. Now let's prepare to win in the next one. Infinity is literally infinite. Until we realize beer caps can replace miniature, then it's game over for CB. See you in the next week with a new video. As always, bye Wargamers.